What is going on, everybody? I go by the name of Cleo Thomas, aka Mr. Slick Living.
I'm Patrick Cloud.
I'm the Anomaly Will Ferro. We are the Arcade Tokens, and this is Coin Toss. This podcast is brought to you by Gridiron Gaming and powered by the PFRPA and produced by Thunder Studios.
Mm-hmm. Yes, man. Smash Bowl, Stage 2, Week 2. A lot of things went down, guys. A lot. This past Sunday, Group B2 played in the Sami Singles rule set, which favored faster, high-stakes games by using one stock, a 2-minute timer, and Yoshi's Story as the only legal stage. The sets were played in a best-of-9 format rather than a best-of-5. 2 players advanced to final stages. That was Edgar Spargo Valdez through winner's bracket, and Eric Pandarian Lund through the loser's bracket.
Yes, sir. And now the rule set was Sami Singles. I like saying that with the lisp, Sami Singles. This is when each player has only one stock and the timer is set to 2 minutes. The items are off. Yoshi's Story with hazards on is the only stage that's available to the players. Each set will be played in a best-of-9 format, so a player will have to win 5 games to take a set. Because hazards will be on, though, not only will the cloud platform known as Randall be rotating around the bottom of the stage, but also the Shy Guys will be carrying food items that can heal the players so they can get their health up. Next week, though, rule set will be nearly legal, in which each match is 3 stocks with 7 minutes on the timer, and times or stage hazards are turned off. The final smash meter will be turned on, which allows players to build final smash attacks as the match plays out. And Zelda, Peach, and Daisy will be banned. So it's kind of kind of misogynistic up in here. No Zelda, no Peach, and no Daisy.
Dang, yep. I mean, hey, you know what it is, man. But the players who will be here next week is Meister, Skittles, Sharp, and ESAM. So we're going to see exactly how they're going to get it in with these new sets of rule sets coming next week. And you also can check that out as well. Make sure you check it out on Sunday, January the 17th. It's going to be 4 p.m. That's Eastern Standard. That's the East Coast for those in New York. 1 p.m. Pacific Standard for those that's here on the West Coast. And you can check that out on Thunder Gaming's Twitch channel. And that's twitch.tv/Thunder Gaming LA. And so now, of course, fellas, we got to talk. We got to talk.
What's up?
I got to know. I asked this to somebody, and so I wanted to know from y'all. It's 2021, and so I know people always do their New Year's resolution. I'm going to lose this weight. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do other things. I'm not going to do that. But what I want to know from y'all, what is your New Year's gaming resolution? What is your
I'm going to Japan. I am going to Japan. COVID can't hold me. I'm going to Japan. I'm going to see Super Nintendo Land. Seeing the creator of Mario walking around has sold me. I've been having dreams about it. I'm going to Japan. I'm risking the vid.
This COVID can't hold me back. This COVID can't hold me back.
I still love the fact that he's so confident in his accomplishments that he gets a chance to get on camera and say, I'm Mario's daddy. And we have to accept the fact that he said it. I'm Mario's daddy.
If he said I'm Mario's daddy, I would still purchase tickets. If he said I am Mario and Luigi's daddy, if he said that, I'm still going. I don't care.
I wouldn't care
with you, bro. I think we all would. We seeing that video breakdown of what that actual, theme park looks like, the special secret Easter eggs located all around there. Like, bro, we would spend all day looking for them, and we would have a great time. Like, I can't wait. I can't wait.
You get to punch the box.
Really get to punch it. Cleo, what about you?
No, as far as gaming resolution, I want to finish a game that I never have, that I've tried and quit on. You know what game that is?
What's that?
Mario 64. I want to try finishing it. I want to try it. I want to. No, heck no. Heck
that's
no.
right. You interrupted. I forgot you didn't like it.
I
That was
don't
right.
like it. I'm going to give it my best shot. One last chance. One last thrust toward the finish line. I'm going to give it to Mario 64.
You can't blame the clunkiness, okay? It's like Will playing Breath of the Wild, then going back to the original Zelda and being like, well, where's the horse? It's gonna be clunky, okay? You gotta roll with the punches. It's a little clunkier. How far did you get, by the way? Do you remember?
I think only to like the second land. I didn't get very far, bro.
Oh, you missed the whole. Have you? Do you?
It ain't my game. It's just not my game, guy.
No, Cleo, I'm sorry. Until you have made the choice of whether or not you're gonna save that penguin or throw him off the cliff, you haven't made a real life decision yet.
That's
I mean, clearly I'm exaggerating about that, but you have never decided the penguin in Mario 64.
Yeah. Or going down to the basement of the castle that's haunted and full of booze. Oh, there's so much. Those first few levels are, compared to the rest of the game, are lame. I love them because of the nostalgia, but the game gets so much better. I love that. That's a great one. Are you gonna stream it?
That is.
Yes, I will be streaming it. Yes, 100%.
Just make sure after you beat it, you have to go on top of the castle. Just you'll know why. I won't give it away, but there's after you beat it, it'll put you back in the front where you can walk up to the road to go to Peach's castle. There's a cannon that'll be there. It wasn't there the first time. You only can do it after you beat it. Hop in that cannon, aim it on up to the top of the castle.
Never did it.
So you don't know what's up there either?
I know what's up there. I watch videos. Never did it.
Oh, okay.
With Mario games, I play through it. I see the ending and I'm done. I don't go back and do all the, because in that game you have to get all the coins, and I'm not that player. I'm not that player.
Completionist, not the completionist player.
That one was worth it. I'll say that one was worth it because it saves and it keeps it like that. My New Year's gaming resolution is to kick Cleo's ass in one game. Just one. Not even multiple times. Like, I just want to beat him as Sub-Zero once. That's it. And I'll be like, I'm good. I don't need nothing else.
But it's impossible. It's impossible to beat me.
Ain't nothing impossible.
It is.
Always know where there's a will, there is always a way.
Will, there's you, but there's no way you're actually ever beating me.
All right.
In Mortal Kombat.
They also said I wouldn't make it here. And
that's your personal journey in life, though. Well, this is my world. This is my world. Mortal Kombat is mine, brother. And listen, I will never deny you the challenge, ever. Whenever you want to see me on the sticks, we'll do it over and over and over again. I'm assuming you want this to be live, though. I'm assuming you want an audience. No. I knew you were going to cop out. No, I said it because I demand the audience, Will.
You really want that? I really want that. No, because the thing is,
practicing too.
It doesn't do me anything if I lose. But see, you may be like Cottonmouth and Luke Cage once you lose in front of everybody, or like Cobra Kai. You just start unraveling. All this start growing out now because it's like you lost in front of everybody. I don't want to do that to you. Well, I don't want full bearded Cleo. I don't know why. I feel like you shop at Costco when you got a full beard. I don't like it.
I'm the Kirkland brand Cleo.
Yeah, I don't know why. I just feel like you do more dastardly things with a full beard.
Well, I accept the challenge, and I cannot wait to continue to match up against you in Mortal Kombat.
Yes, I look forward to it.
Well, if I can break up this girth measuring contest, because we have a special guest today that we want to bring in and ask a bunch of amazing questions. So, Will, take it away.
Yes, let's go ahead and flip to the other side of this coin.
All right, real quick, before we get into the interview, I just want to shout out our sponsor, Caesars. Open up a whole world of choices at over 50 resorts and casinos with Caesars Rewards, and get rewarded for doing everything that you enjoy. Earn reward credits when you play, dine, stay, bet, party, or relax at a Caesars Rewards destination. Then redeem for free at discounted hotel stays, offers for dining, shopping, shows, and much, much, much more. Put simply, Caesars Rewards offers endless ways to earn the benefits that you love. Learn more and sign up for free today at Caesars.com/myrewards.
All right, guys, we got a really special guest for you today from St. Paul, Minnesota. He played football at Northwestern University, former pro NFL tackle for the Dallas Cowboys, the Carolina Panthers, the Cleveland Browns, and the Denver Broncos. Ladies and gentlemen, Javiar Collins. What's going on, Javiar?
Fellas, what's up? No doubt.
I gotta
How y'all
ask.
doing today?
Very well.
I'm
Very well.
great. I gotta ask because
Good.
we talked about it with
Yes, sir.
another former NFL star. Do you still have all the helmets? Do you got like a helmet stash?
You know what? I did, but I think I only have one now. I think I only have my college helmet.
Okay.
Yeah, I kind of reduced my helmet footprint. So
Okay.
yeah, they kind of hurt when they fall and they hit your foot. So I just
Okay.
Yeah.
So this was a grudge. You had a grudge against him. You're like, you know what? I'm banging my foot up every earthquake. Okay, that's
yeah,
dope.
it was just time to reduce my helmets.
That's dope.
That's
Oh, we
funny.
appreciate you for jumping on the show for sure.
Absolutely, man. I'm happy to be here, man. This is an awesome platform you guys got here, man. Big ups to
Appreciate
that. It's really good stuff.
Thank you.
You
Well, I'll
all
just
are
start it
touching
off.
lives.
You said what?
No, I'm saying you all are touching lives. That's very impactful.
Oh,
Very
man.
impactful.
Appreciate that a lot. So, I'll just start it off by saying, the reason why I personally love this show so much is because kind of growing up, there was like the athletes were the cool jocks and the gamers were sort of like the nerds, losers. And now like gaming is so huge that sort of it's such a interchangeable. There's so many athletes that game and there's so many gamers that are into sports. So it's kind of like a connection of two types of people in high school that didn't really hang out. So I got to ask the first question is, have you ever had, a part of your life where you were just like, you considered yourself a gamer? Were you kind of was it something that you sort of watched from afar or something that you weren't really into at all?
No, that's a great question. Absolutely, a gamer, man. I come from the earliest edition. I should have brought the box up here, but back when Nintendo was the thing, right? Way before the games now. I get it, but Nintendo first edition, PlayStation. I mean, I was all on it. I mean, Mega Man, Castlevania, Metal Gear.
Okay.
Zelda, the original Zelda.
Yes!
The original Zelda. Y'all don't remember the original Zelda? It was a gold cartridge, man. It was dope. The original Zelda. I mean, yeah, I grew up attached to the TV with sticks in my hand. So definitely, I think for my story, there was a point at which, gaming really wasn't a career move back in those days. It was more or less just a glorified hobby, and that kind of was its ceiling. So it's really exciting how it has really exploded, man. But for me, just based on the space and time I came and was here, I just had to keep it a hobby. But yeah, gaming is really a part of my heart.
Super dope.
Man, he mentioned Castlevania. He mentioned Metal Gear Solid. He mentioned Mega Man, and he mentioned Legend of Zelda. You're
you
in.
must have a thing for pain.
You know it. That's a great
You must have a thing
list.
for pain and heartbreak. Those are difficult games.
No,
Right.
a lot of late nights. A lot of late nights. A lot of slapping myself because I got to start over type stuff. Yeah.
For sure.
You are probably
One say
by far.
difficult, horrible games led you to want to put pads on and start hitting people. I feel like I played a couple Mega Man games where I just wanted to start hitting people afterwards.
Right?
Yeah. Got to take out that, that frustration somewhere, And football provided that nice venue to do that without getting arrested. So it all worked out.
So I got to know too, being a gamer and also playing in football too, like what was the go-to game you had when you were playing football and still gaming? Like on the time you were just like stressed out, needed to decompress. What was that go-to game?
That's a good question. So I would say the stress part of football did not come until after high school, right? So grade school, middle school, it was just fun. Saturday mornings, you get out there with your buddies, you go out there and you just run around. College, I'm sorry, high school, same thing, Friday nights. But when I got to college, that's when sort of frustration in football kind of had this union. They became united. So for me, college was a big, what was that? That was Nintendo. The second or third generation Nintendo. That was back when Mario Kart was big. Mario Kart had just come out. So Super Nintendo. That's right.
Super Nintendo.
Yep. Super Nintendo. But it was a big Mario Kart then. I think Mario Kart's kind of defined my gaming experience in college. So get up and we had Mario Kart parties, I guess. You had to wait if you lost, you were off the sticks. You had to wait a good 45 minutes to an hour to get back on them.
Yep.
So you really got to get your game right. But we was letting off steam, and we was in a safe environment, so it worked out.
Oh yeah.
Who was your guy? Who was your racer? Who was your Mario Kart guy?
Oh, Toad. All the way.
Come on, Robbie.
He's a gamer. He knows.
Come on. He knows.
Yeah. Yes. Second was Yoshi, but Toad all the way.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember those tournaments, man. Like you said, having playing them cups, and then just if you lose, having to just sit there and wait. While not only the other three ain't got to get off the sticks, one person just has to keep going in, and then it's just like, I should have threw that shell before. All I had to do was throw that shell, and I wouldn't be sitting there.
The blue shell nightmares.
The blue shell.
I gotta ask you a quick question, man. You brought up Metal Gear Solid. It is one of my top favorite video game franchises. It was recently announced that Sony would be potentially making a film based on Solid Snake, the lead character of Metal Gear Solid. Did you ever think, when you were playing that game when you were younger, did you ever think that it would get to that level where video games would then, a story like that could be told on screen?
Oh, absolutely not, man. And that's an awesome story. I mean, it just lends itself to the fact of how, much of a prominent thing, a prominent fixture in our culture gaming has become. Right, making a movie out of a video game. I mean, that's awesome. But no, I had no idea. I wouldn't even imagine things like that. But it's good news to know, man.
Yeah.
Did they got a timeline on that?
It was only announced so far. We have not heard anything else, but it has been announced that they are going to go ahead and develop a live-action Metal Gear Solid film. I don't know who they're gonna get. Solid Snake, Buffer Ocelot. I don't know who we're gonna get.
Tom Holland.
Ocelot.
They're just gonna put Tom
Who would you
Holland
like to
everything.
see? Tom Holland? Okay.
No. I wouldn't like to see.
Tom
I'm just saying they
Holland
use him for everything.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying they probably will. Yeah. Him or Kevin Hart. I don't know.
There was early rumors of Oscar Isaac potentially playing Solid Snake. He's recently been confirmed for the Moon Knight series on Marvel. So I don't know if we'll get him to play. That's two. Those are heavy characters to play. So we'll probably get somebody else.
Who's the dude from the teacher in The Hangover?
Ed Helms?
No, the teacher.
Bradley Cooper.
Yeah, him with the beard, I think would be a dope Snake.
Yeah.
Wow.
I see that.
I don't know why. It might be the.
I'm looking at it. Yeah.
White guy hair. But
he's got that rugged. He's got that rugged, edgy side to him too. I see that.
Right.
Yeah.
And you can't put Chris Pratt in another movie. But I do have a question about when you said that football for you was pretty much fun in grade school, middle school, high school, and then all of a sudden it went to college. I'm assuming it's because of how serious it got. So growing up, you were kind of just playing. Were you just kind of playing football with your friends, and then you started noticing a lot of the adults were whispering when you played, and then you started kind of leveling up past your friends, and then it went from just like a Saturday morning thing that you did with your friends to like people scouting and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah,
what was
absolutely.
Was that like scary? Was it fun? Do you have anything to say for any athletes or, esports athletes that are also experiencing that sort of like leveling up and almost like lonely feeling of kind of like leaving people behind and because of your level of craft? Do you have any advice for athletes or esports athletes that may be going through something similar?
Oh yeah, totally. And that point, Patrick, is head on. It's totally scary, and it's just fear of the unknown. And you're going into this new environment, and you become this big fish in this small pond. And then when you level up, you're now a small fish in a big pond, and that cycle just keeps continuing. But I guess the most direct piece of advice that I would suggest is just to get someone who you trust, someone whose counsel you believe in, and just keep going forward. Just keep going forward. There's a reason why that you're getting the interest, and just don't take that for granted. Don't take it lightly. Just continue to perfect your craft, hone your skills, and just continue to progress. And if there's uncertainty, if you're unsure about some things, that's okay. Just continue to move forward, and just keep enlarging your community, right? Whoever that is, if you have parents, or if you have a group of buddies, individuals who have a track record of giving sound advice, that's important. Having people in your life with a track record of giving sound advice, take it and just continue to progress and enjoy the journey.
Oh yeah.
People don't talk about that enough when they take or give advice. It's like their track record. Like, have you given good advice before?
Right.
Give me the Carfax.
Right. The Carfax on your advice. That's funny. Yeah.
That's good. That's really good note.
But I gotta know also to kind of go with that question as well. With knowing that, having that spotlight, that kind of pressure too, most people would not want to change like positions they're in. Like most folks, if they're going to be a running back, they're going to be a running back. Like they're not going to try to go for anything else. You went from a defensive tackle into an offensive tackle, and yet still having that spotlight on you, and then still to go, let me make that transition to this, even with having all of that on the line. Like, where was your mindset at when that happened? Because I don't think people know like how different it is being a defensive tackle to an offensive tackle.
Oh, Will, that's a great question. I mean, it's like going from early Nintendo over to the Sega Genesis, right? It's Sega Genesis, and it's in German, right? You can't read it, you can't understand it. That's a great question. So yeah, I did. I like this. You guys are well studied, man. Y'all did your research, man. That's what's up. I got converted from defensive line to offense. I did it at when I got to the NFL though, so I was already there. I was already at the show, so to speak. So it was just a matter of again just exercising that fortitude to move forward, and it got gritty. A lot of long nights, a lot of early mornings. But yeah, it was tough. But again, I had a pretty well balanced support system. I had coaches who believed in my ability. So all I had to do was just put the work in. So if you can reduce the formula down to something very simple, like an extra couple hours. I'm not sure what a practice regimen for a gamer is like, right? So I won't speak as I do, but like for an athlete, showing up, something as easy as showing up 30 minutes before practice, right? To getting some steps in, getting some hand placements in, staying another 30 minutes after practice, to repeat the process. So that formula worked out for me, and ended up being a really good opportunity.
I feel like that's a stunt in the football world to switch from offense to defense. Like, does the team around you, are they like, oh, okay, so you can just play both, huh? Like, is that kind of like stunting on somebody to switch positions and still be kind of like all-star level?
I wish it was a stunting. I wish it was taken as that. Nah, it's like, okay, he's new. He doesn't know his position. Let's get him. Let's make him look as bad as possible. Let's exploit the weak link, right? So my job was to become not the weak link as quickly as possible.
Toxic.
So yeah.
It's to strengthen you up though. That's it. It's like, oh, so you think you can do? All right, well, bet. Let's see what you can do then.
That's
you left to your devices.
Definitely. I think that more so the nature of just the high level competitive nature of just football at that level. But yeah, it was, like I said, it was a long, rough and rugged process. And fortunately I was in some very, advantageous positions, and I was willing to put the work in to make it get done.
That's very important, man. Putting that work into whatever it is you're trying to accomplish in life, man. You can't slack. You got to give it your all. I got to ask you a question, man. You played on the Cowboys, the Panthers, the Browns, and the Broncos. Then you also had the opportunity to play in the NFL Europe League. How was that experience, getting a chance to go over there? Was there anything different? Did they change any rules, or were we getting the same, strong NFL brand with people with an accent now? Like, what was going on?
Yeah, no, that was a really good experience. I wish they still had that league, honestly. Yeah. But it was pretty much the same. It was 11 on 11, pitching and catching, right? Somebody blocked somebody tackled somebody. That was it from on the field standpoint. But off the field, it was it was another world. Literally and figuratively, and to travel the world, to travel all the countries in Europe, and to see that there are so many similarities to what I grew up around here in the States. So yeah, really, really phenomenal experience for me, and almost like a defining point, right? I think I grew as an individual. I grew as a man, just having that experience and being able to travel the world. And now I can say that, football literally has taken me all over the world. So it's a really, it was a really good thing.
How was the food when you played for Europe, though? Was it trash?
Sorry?
How was the food when you played for Europe? Was it trash?
Oh, man. You gotta, if you catch a loss, you gotta just take it,
I hear the same thing every single time. Like, I just went over there and ate McDonald's.
Really? Yeah, the McDonald's was familiar. I remember there was a McDonald's right next to our team hotel. But some of those the menus are not, obviously not in English. So if you just don't like what you got, you just gotta, earmark that, make a mental note not to get that next time, and keep it moving.
Did you remember anything being out there? Because I know like McDonald's overseas be having like crazy like different items and stuff. Do you remember anything that stood out during your time there that was just like, oh wow, I didn't even think McDonald's or any like place like that would have this?
I don't. One thing, not about that specifically, but I do have a food memory that was very interesting. I do remember the way that they presented their food. It was, all of their food was like on display, right? So here, if we see food on display, it's like, oh, okay, that's like plastic or fake food. We're not supposed to eat that. They have all their food on display, and it's like, you order a sandwich. Sandwich has been sitting out there for God knows how long, and it's like, okay, they grab that sandwich and give it to you. Like, oh, okay, we're supposed to eat this food. All right.
They give you the display sandwich?
Yeah. All of it's on display. Yeah. This was back then. I'm sure it's, different protocols in place now, but yeah, I got the display sandwich a couple times. It was good though.
It was literally, yo, let me get that. Bet. Here you go.
Right. Then I got savvy. I was like, no. I got savvy then. I was like, I don't want that one you're reaching for. Give me the other one. If I'm gonna get a display sandwich, give me the other one.
Europe. Yeah, they give you the
one
display
that looks
sandwich.
Fresher. Right.
I've never heard that.
And then I'm curious too, like, how did NFL Europe work being football with them calling soccer football? Like, how did that go?
That's a great question. I think it was just because it was attached to the NFL brand. Okay. And the NFL being a worldwide brand, people know what it is. So yeah, and I think I don't know if it was a World Cup year. I think it might have been a World Cup year, but you see big guys, dressed in warm-ups. They're not soccer players. These guys are here with the NFL. So that's kind of how we were treated. It was more of just an extension of the NFL brand.
Okay.
Yeah.
But in speech, you're like, I'm a football player, and they might have to ask a couple more questions. Like, no, I'm football.
Yeah,
football.
They gotta. Right. Which football? Right. Which football are you referring to? American football. Oh, okay. Makes sense. Football. Makes sense. 6'6", 300 pounds. Okay, makes sense.
Right. So as you say, they just look up football, like American. Right. Oh, okay, that makes sense now. Yeah.
So I got a question for you guys.
For sure.
Just being a gamer. So what does that look like? What does like a training regimen look like? How do you become a better gamer? Is it just more hours in front of the screen, putting in work, or are there things that you supposed to work on? The reason I ask, because as a player, it's like, okay, if I need to work on my steps, then I can do specific things to work on my steps. If I need to work on my hand placement, I can do things. How do you develop like a skill set to become a better gamer?
I know one for me is a lot mental and patience. So like biggest example I can give now is I have been drastically training to beat Cleo at Mortal Kombat. But I've noticed what my thing is I get impatient at the end, or I get nervous. And so that's when he can counter me, and then that's when the whole thing goes to crap. So then it's learning like, okay, your move set, do you learn one character? Do you learn multiple characters? How are you coming with your defense? Are you a combo with a special move type person? And then just really giving yourself that dedicated time and patience and figuring out how to beat that person.
Okay. Wow, Mortal Kombat. Who are you? Who do you use? Who are you?
I've been playing with Sub-Zero since the very beginning.
Yeah.
What'd you say, Cleo?
I'm not. Yeah.
I've been playing with Sub-Zero since the very first Mortal Kombat, and I have not switched characters ever. Wow. He's been my main the entire time, every single iteration of that game.
I'm Liu Kang.
Question, Liu Kang. He's a Liu Kang.
Liu Kang is dope.
If you haven't seen any of the new Mortal Kombat, man, you got to go check it out. Like they've added crazy characters. Terminator's in it. RoboCop is in it. Who else? Rambo. It's ridiculous.
And it's disgusting. It's disgusting. Oh man, the fatalities back in they make the first fatalities look like, oh my God, like babies playing with each other. Like we are so desensitized as people now because of that. But I am glad that they brought up like the newer Mortal Kombat. You said that you were like a super old school gamer. Are there any like newer games that you found yourself kind of like gravitating towards, or like that you're a fan of, or any series that are more like recent?
Oh man, I gotta, I'm really lightweight these days, man. I got an introduction by my son to Smash Brothers, Super Smash Brothers. And big up Smash Brothers. He gave me a nice thorough lesson on that, and I became very frustrated. And being the competitor that I am, I had to gracefully walk away and give my son a pound and tell him what up and bounce on him. So I don't play. Yeah. I had enough of the whipping. But now I'm real low key on my gaming, man. Straight up. I got this game on my iPad rather. Pool, 8-ball pool, man. I play that, that I'm good, I'm not exciting.
What about real pool?
Yeah.
Okay.
I get down with some sticks. Yeah. Definitely. Y'all play pool at all?
I play.
I can't play. I can play.
But
I'm
if
not
somebody says
confident
they play
enough to
pool,
say.
they're better than me.
Yeah.
If they say that
Yeah.
they play,
Yeah.
I'm losing.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm not finna
yeah.
point
No,
at
no,
you
I'm
and
not
say, hey, back it
yeah, I'm not a, you know, Color of Money type with who's that, Tom Cruise and Robert Redford. Nah, I'm not like that, but I will, you know, I enjoy it. It's a nice you know, release for you know, the
I
frustrations
can tell
of
by
the
how you
day.
said that you're good. You
up.
trying
Right?
to con people like Uncle Phil, like,
No,
no, I'm not good at
no.
all. And then you break out Lucille, start
Lucille.
building
Lucille,
building the
like
pool.
Uncle Phil.
Yeah.
Pull a Uncle Phil. Nah,
Oh, I
I'm
don't
a
know.
no. What I've learned is that statement. The statement that I've learned is the one who can play is the ones who say I'm a student of the game. I'm not good. I'm just a student of the game.
Hilarious.
Yeah, that's how
Wow,
you
that's a
know.
great cover.
That's how you know.
Because that means they're actively studying it. That means they know to say the word student. That's hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, put your money
just
away.
to get deeper into the question you said about getting better, we're not professional gamers in terms of like competitive. It's more on the commentary and stream side of it, but there are gyms now for esports players where they can work on specific parts of the game, whether it's a sporting game or a shooting game. There's literally like they'll divvy it up like a room for snipers and how to get better at quick scoping and stuff like that. We even had a guest on the show that told us about like a physical thing that they do where they tape off like a small part of the screen, the TV screen, and you only have like a little bit. If the target comes there, you can shoot, so that when you don't have that on the TV, it's really quick and accurate. So there's like just exactly how you had drills to do everything down to footwork and all the specific things. They're actually doing that in gaming, and it's incredible. Like there's a sporting esports gym in every major city that's like in relations with like the NBA, which is pretty crazy. Like you can have a esports Lakers team and a physical Lakers team. So there's just like some scrawny kid walking around who can literally say that they're like the point guard of the LA Lakers, and they're not lying. It's really incredible how far it's come.
And they also work on like
That's
dexterity
dope.
and a lot of stuff too. So like one thing I saw on YouTube, like one professional gamer, he'll take a $50 piece and he'll flip it through his fingers and to work on his dexterity so his hands don't lock up for the long times that he's playing. So he'll keep flipping it like this through his fingers. And so it just works on his hands staying more relaxed so they don't get cramped up.
And the thing about gaming, man, there's so many different ways. There's so many different genres of gaming. You could be, top guy in a shooter game, top guy in a fighting game, but even down to like speed running. Like we watch a lot of speed run videos, and these guys have trained themselves to know what mark is coming, what enemy is going to be dropping at this point, where they can run through a game without even getting touched. They have the world record in it, and they get paid for it because they have this thing called a GDQ, Games Done Quick convention, where they help raise money for battling cancer, all the foundations. And these guys are just that good at figuring out when these things are coming, and they beat some of the hardest games we've ever played in less than 5 to 10 minutes. It's crazy.
Oh wow! I've seen that before. The walkthroughs. I've seen that.
Yeah.
I've seen.
Yeah.
I wondered about that. That answered a question that I had. And how do they? I can imagine that's just a lot of reps. Just a lot of over and over and over and over again.
So
Man,
you played Mega Man, right? So imagine
Yes.
playing the first level of Mega Man 320 times until you now know the map perfectly to go through there in like 10 seconds.
yeah. That's dedication right there.
Yeah, you don't know that it can get that crazy until you see somebody fly through Super Mario World. They know where every block is to land. They know where every space to get through. Sometimes they can access little like cheats within the game and like glitch further in the level. It's really, really, really insane how high of a level of performance they've been doing, and I can see how it became a professional sport.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That's good
Last
stuff.
question for you, brother. I got to ask you this, man.
Mm-hmm.
What was it like being a Dallas Cowboy?
Oh man, it was awesome. I mean, Yeah, that's probably, in a word, awesomeness. I think I'm grateful that was my first experience into the NFL out of college, and I'm just so fortunate that it was such a great franchise, a great brand. Big shout out to Jerry Jones, who is very mindful about his brand and is very mindful about his players, and whatever the media is or whatever narrative is painted about him, and he really is about his players and about putting the best product out on the field, to support his brand. But yeah, Cowboys all the way. It's top of the line, first class organization.
I know other teams hated on your stadium. I know the other teams were just hating on it. Every time they walked in, just like, what? Y'all got, okay, chocolate milk fountains? Yeah. Like, I could only imagine all of the perks that go into the Dallas stadium. Like, I know you guys got the hate.
You haven't gone to a party until you've gone to a Jerry Jones party. That man can throw a party. Team party is yeah.
I just saw all the memories flash before your eyes. You're like, oh, not going to talk about this on camera. It's like,
lots of good times. Lots of good times. Being surrounded by a lot of good and really talented guys. It was a good time. Really good time.
Oh, shit. Gotta love it. Cool. Javier, thank you so much for pulling up today to Coin Toss, man, and sharing your gaming knowledge with us, dropping some gems as far as staying dedicated to your craft and pushing to be the best and keeping a track record of good advice from your peers. The Carfax of good advice. That's amazing.
Yes. Right. Hey, it was my pleasure. I appreciate y'all, man.
Yes, indeed.
Pleasure to have you. Appreciate it.
Big shout out to Javiar Collins for coming through to the Coin Toss podcast and dropping gems. That was so much fun, man. Great conversation. Great intellect on that, man. So, yeah, man, I go by the name of Cleo Thomas, a.k.a. Mr. Slick Living.
I'm Patrick Cloud.
And I am the anomaly Will Ferrell, and we will catch you next time.